So what gives you confidence that government can run a system like healthcare better?
Medicare for all does not mean that the government really runs healthcare. Private doctors still control the system. I know this. Obama is infamous for this quote, but under Medicare for all, you can keep your doctor because it's not about replacing doctors and hospitals and pharmacies with institutions run by the state. It's bringing every person in the United States under the same insurance plan, which in this case is Medicare, and because we have this massive network, we have this massive bargaining power. It's a free market idea, which is really cool, and it's one of the ways. It's why I'm not very anti-capitalism. I actually support the institutions of the free market because democratic socialism and free market principles go hand in hand to function. And so that's why. I mean, it's been so successful in other countries because you have this negotiating power. You can drive down the cost of drugs, of services, and if a hospital doesn't want to comply with the Medicare rate, that's fine. They don't have to. You just have to pay out of pocket to go to that hospital. It's as simple as that.
Anyone else? I mean, I think everyone can agree that the government has messed up in a lot of areas. So why handle something this big and important?
Yeah, well, I feel like similar to what Eric was saying, just a lot of it is just more about access rather than completely changing everything about like going to your own doctor, having access near you. I don't think it's so much about like having the entire system change in terms of actual like preferences of where to go or like personnel of who's treating you, but more of just the fact that a lot of people can't afford it right now, and it would be a lot more affordable for everyone to have the same level of insurance.
Yeah. For what it's worth, I haven't seen a doctor in years.
Because
of cost of care. I mean, I'm blessed. My dad is deployed right now. He is in the military, but so we now have TRICARE. So I now have access to healthcare services. But yeah, it was prohibitive. I couldn't go to the doctor when I wanted because the co-pays were prohibitive. And we had okay insurance, but it was not great. And it was not worth it to invest in something if we thought that a bigger, injury or sickness or infection was down the road, especially if it was, early in the year. Which is sickening. I mean, we're the richest country in the world, supposedly. Why are we living in this country afraid to go to the doctor because we're going to be punished with these bills,
Yeah, the amount of times this year alone that people have been like, Johanna, you should see a doctor for that. And I'm like, no, I don't want to go just because I don't want to have to pay that copay because it is a lot. It's a lot of money. I love my doctor. My doctor is great, and I would love to stay with my doctor, but yeah, just a lot of health issues have arisen for me personally in the past couple of years that I'm iffy to go to the doctor about. And it's just making that fear for everyone go away because you can afford to go to the doctor. You can afford to have the medical things that you need done, which is very important.
And when talking about affording these, I mean, we talked a little bit about education. So do you want education to be free?
Yes.
and how does that happen to make it? You're talking totally free, 100% free.
Free public college, yeah. I don't know if everyone supports that here, but I certainly do.
How does that happen? How can that happen?
Well, I like to point towards China as a really good example of that. A lot of people in China actually do have access to very affordable college tuition compared to here. I mean, college is free or next to free in lots of countries that have massive economic yields and that are now technological and economic leaders like Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Germany, France, the UK, Spain. It's insane, quite frankly, that we haven't quite figured that out because an investment in our people pays off insane economic yields. And what's funny to me, actually, this is a little bit off topic, but the way, in a debate earlier, the way a certain presidential candidate, Amy Klobuchar, who likes to portray herself as a moderate, said that she didn't support free college because, quote, that's not where the jobs are. And that worldview came off to me, quite frankly, as very Stalinistic. Like, who is she to tell young people what they should study and whether or not their dreams should be realized? She supports trade school because she thinks people should go into it for the health of the economy at large. For one thing, it's bold of her to assume she's going to be able to predict what the economy is going to need in 10 years. But it's about more than just economic output. It's about more than just yields. It's about the ability to let everybody fulfill their dreams and study what they want to study. Because when you have a country where you can do what you want and you have mobility socially and economically, we will be a much more productive, much more happy, much more prosperous society.
Yeah, and adding to that, like in terms of what the workforce is looking for, just out of people in our general age group, asking for having a degree or some college background, without education being more accessible just to anyone in any financial situation. It's going to be very difficult for people to actually have the prerequisites asked for to get jobs, especially ones that would sustain life. So.